fact that schema.org is pretty limited, but it will probably succeed with these limitations. So I think you have
to stretch it,
to slow it and to stretch it.
To see if it really can encompass all that.
Thank you. So the last presentation in this track is a poster presentation by Tobias Noske, which is about effective use of metadata, data XML to semantic media linking. Tobias Noske is a student from the Karlsruhe University of Applied Sciences, and he is participating in the master program of the course Communication and Media Management. In addition to his study, he has been working as a technical writer and wiki admin since 2010. The idea for the presented project came up in the course of standardized information architecture by Professor Sisi Gloss. Obviously, you have 10 minutes.
Alright, I'll present to you in a brief way how we will match or transform XML to Wiki. I want to give you a short introduction on how we came to this idea and what's the background. We as technical writers in our study communication and media management focus on creating high quality user documentation in any way. One of the most common ways to create good user documentation is using XML information architectures. And I will just show you some of the benefits and limitations of this. XML-based information architectures like data, docbook, and so on are used because they provide a media neutral publishing. We have a possibility to separate our content from the layout. So we have a single source publishing approach, which means we have one source and can put it out to different target media like HTML, like PDF, like whatever you can imagine. These XML structures provide a consistent structure which increases the quality of the documentation by giving clear limitations of what to write at when, at which point in that documentation. Includes also metadata, which means we have in this strong structure of XML elements possibility to incorporate metadata at several different points. We have certain limitations. XML needs some tools to work. XML file itself can't really be read by a human being, and it doesn't look really nice. So you need something to process this XML data into something else, HTML, whatever. And these very limited structures require trained professionals to know these structures, to know which element is to use when, so we have a high quality documentation. On the other hand, we have semantic wikis, or wikis in general. In our case, we use the Semantic Media Wiki, which is an extension to MediaWiki, the standard wiki software you all may know from Wikipedia all over the world. And semantic wikis are a powerful tool for metadata management because they provide easy queries. You can query for different attributes, for categories, whatever there is in the semantic wikis. You have a real lot of output formats. You can have outputs just like a list. You can have a map with single points. You have timelines, graphs, whatever you can imagine in the Semantic Media Wiki. And of course, the Semantic Media Wiki also incorporates an easy reuse of attributes and attribute values. All wikis have the wiki way, which means they are easy to work with. They don't need that much training. Everybody is welcome to join and work in that wiki. The large disadvantage is now there is no information architecture like data we have in the XML world for a Semantic Media Wiki. So the problem is, how can we have an information architecture in a semantic wiki? With the advantages of having strong structures supporting the authors. Our idea is simply transform the XML, which has been created in the information architecture, to the wiki markup. You see it's slightly different. We have the pointer brackets in the XML world, just like HTML, and we have angle brackets in the wiki world, and the entire syntax looks a little bit different, but all in all it's more or less the same content. So the idea is quite simple. We have at the start our data XML document, plain XML with metadata where required, and then we'll perform an XSL transformation. For this we need an XSL script. XSL is the standard way to transform XML data into any other output form. So we have this transformation. With the transformation we have a wiki text and the wiki markup with the point with the angle brackets and so on. And this syntax can now be used in the wiki itself. And we have at the end we have the wiki articles, like this is a concept that describes how something works. And we also have automatically created pages which the wiki provides without the user to do anything. Just has to add certain brackets and then the wiki will create certain pages itself, like category overviews and so on. You might have seen this on the wiki. Yeah, that's the point where we are currently, and the next steps will then be to develop the XSL script which transforms the data XML document into wiki. We are in a very early stage at the moment, and I think I will follow this project in my master thesis, which is about to begin soon. So, are there any questions?
Are you planning to consider the integrity of data also in the project?
Sorry?
The integrity of the data.
If you start in the XML world, there's already quite a check if the data is correct. I think it's possible with some methods to do this, but it's not so far in the scope.
In the edit view on the semantic wiki, we saw there's annotations like hash size and so on. Are you also planning to generate forms so people do not have to see these annotations at all? So that they don't see XML, they don't see annotations, they only see forms.
In the very first ideas, this wasn't planned, but as I've learned about semantic forms just a few weeks ago, I might consider this in a later phase.
I understand that this is a technical solution, very handy, but I understand the value. Can you explain which is the case that we are using this, the real cases, the real scenarios that this is helping people? Are you crawling data from somewhere? Are you exchanging data with other systems? Are you harvesting data from other data sources? Which are the cases? The real cases?
The case would be, we have a professional creating documentation for a certain product, software, hardware, whatever, any given product, and we have documentation written by a professional, then transferred into the wiki, which is easier to use and easy to query also for the users themselves, so they can use the powerful methods of the wiki to retrieve their content they're looking for, and it will also facilitate maintenance tasks. For example, you can have strong queries, you can query for certain topics, you can say, oh, these topics, and you can edit them either in the wiki or anywhere else outsourced.
And the XML is also updated.
Depends on the use case. Again, well, there is no vice versa transformation, but currently it's only done in one way. But you can still, if you see there is a change necessary on the wiki side, you can also go back to the XML if you have found it. Via query.
Maybe it does not make sense, but I see the point. Great. Any other questions? Thank you very much again. So I think that we are on time.
We have a couple of announcements for social media. I wanted to know, just to let you know that Nancy Palomini, the person who organizes the Taste and Walk tour, will be joining us for lunch. So whoever wants to know details on the event or who wants to participate, just feel free to meet here. Another announcement, I forgot.
Okay. If you want to join us on Thursday night to the gala dinner, you are more than welcome.
To register your name outside the secretary.
Yes.
And whoever is interested in visiting the exhibitions in the museum, just list your name outside the secretary again. And to remind you that after lunch we will have 2 parallel sessions, one here and one to the other conference room outside the building. For any questions, feel free.